empty cup. Just crack a smile and fill it up. Fill it up.
Welcome.
Welcome to After the Final Pour, presented by The Malting Hour, sponsored by Brandon. I'm one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
and Krampus himself,
Clark Fetridge.
I wish I had something loaded and ready to go.
It's me.
What to give you. Krampus.
Yeah, that's me.
Krampus.
What else do you need to know?
That's Krampus. Who's our guest with
I
us?
should change the vocals on them to be telephone vocals. Let's
that's
see
not
how
good.
it sounds.
Did you actually do it?
No.
No. Okay,
But I
good.
could.
Krampus, who's joining us for this After the Final Pour?
I can't do it. I'm not gonna.
Jesus, Rachel, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you. Still here. Still hanging
Still
out.
here. Yeah, still here. Oh, there, in the chair.
Your knees.
My knees are still fucked up.
We could have switched chairs.
Could have. Thanks for joining us for an After the Final Pour. Not all guests do, but most do join us for this. It's as people know, we go through an entire episode where we drink a bunch of beer, and then we have one more, and that's all we're going to talk about. Brandon, what the hell are we drinking?
Tonight we are drinking Old Irving Brewing's barrel-aged Krampus Cookies. This is from 2020. It is a 12-year Barton Bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Milk Stout with vanilla and cocoa nibs.
I'm proud of you for being able to completely read that without
Yeah.
messing up any of that. I would have been like... I
I practiced. I didn't, because I actually chose a different beer that we were
know.
going to do.
I was
and
pretty
then I was
excited
like, you know
about
what? No, let's change it.
I'm going to go straight to Clark. Clark, what do you think about this?
I like it. It's a very solid stout. No, I mean it's
Zach Brack going to make his
no, he's not. He is not allowed.
Actually, Zach has been kicked out of the studio.
Yeah,
for
he
this.
is.
the Final
Zach's
Four.
off the
He
show.
doesn't. He does not come to After the Final Four. I don't think so.
We'll see.
No, we got some nice chocolate there. Not too much heat, which is nice.
Yeah.
Switch up.
It's just very good.
Rachel, have you had this before?
I've had not this particular version, I guess, but I've
Yeah,
had
'cause they had three. Last year was 3 variants.
Yeah.
Total. Well,
Yeah.
this and then 2 other variants.
Yep.
and I've had it in bottles, unless I'm confusing it with like a different brewery.
No.
It's
Confusing
totally
it.
possible.
Didn't they do this in bottles
They
before?
did.
They used to do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
they used,
maybe.
This used
Yeah,
to be.
It
Yeah.
could have been like a while ago.
Yeah,
So
they
I
used to
could
be
have
in
also be
bombers.
thinking of something else. But no, it's good. I like it a lot. And I agree. I think it's like with the heat of even just like the last beer we had, this is I think the exact same ABV, if not very similar. And like the heat is like toned down. Obviously it's aged. That helps with that. But it's good.
About a year in, I think.
Yeah.
That's fine.
This beer in particular really does. Clark, you had mentioned chocolate, and the cocoa in there. It does kind of taste like an unsweetened Oreo almost, like a barrel-aged
Okay.
unsweetened Oreo.
I get that a lot.
Like it really is like the aftertaste of like an Oreo cookie, and I think that's
Yeah.
kind of what they were going for.
Yeah.
If not, Old Irving, please let me know. I hate to be wrong on a show where we claim to be beer geniuses. Well, Clark claims to be a beer genius.
Total beer genius. If it doesn't come through over the airwaves when everyone's listening, it actually does sound like it in person.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should have unmuted him.
Brandon, is this your first can or second of this one? I don't remember because
I don't remember either.
you gave me.
Some beer.
Tony, I'm showing you drank this on Valentine's Day this year.
Ooh.
Can you tell us more about that?
Yes. My wife and I don't give a fuck about Valentine's Day, and we were probably just hanging out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to drink a fucking Krampus. In those words is probably what I said. And we
No,
probably-
so
we
that's
probably
the
watched
one I
something
gave
together.
you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you gave me all 3. You gave me
Yep.
one of all 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is my first time for this year's. Yeah.
I think that
last
was the first one that I had of the 3. I don't know if I had any other variants before I had that one on Valentine's Day. I was like, I love Krampus. I love. Give me barrel-aged cookies because that makes sense. On my birthday, the weekend beforehand, I had a bunch of random beers, and all of January I did dryish January this year, but I also brewed a sour beer. So yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense that I would go and do Brandon, because you probably just given this to me in February, I believe.
Yeah, when I had gotten them, I think it was beginning of February. I think we were still in dry January. Yeah.
You went, they told you, didn't you contact them and ask them?
No, I had posted. Somebody had commented about the beers, and I was like, "Man, I wish I would have gotten all these." And somebody commented, was like, "Well, if you need some, let me know." And I messaged him. I was like, "What do you got?" And he's like, "Just go to the brewery, tell them so and so sent you, and they'll give you the whole lineup." I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
So I went there, and
the hookup
gave me the whole lineup, and it worked out.
Just need to have Old Irving on the show now.
Yeah, we do need to. So
yeah, I think when we got these last year was the first time I had any of the Krampus barrel-aged beers. I've never had any of the Krampus beers beforehand, which is funny because you'd think there'd be a bigger demand for these because it's a really solid barrel-aged beer. Excuse me. It's a really good barrel-aged beer. I feel like it goes up there with any of the other barrel-aged beers people line up for or sign up for in Chicago. I do feel like we are spoiled in the sense that we, especially when it comes to like hazy IPAs and barrel-aged beers, like Chicago, if you like those two very extreme styles, Chicago is a great place to be. I'm not taking away from regular IPAs or Kolsch lager. I mean, Metropolitan does all, German style beers. I mean,
they have a pumpkin beer. Did you know?
What? Where was that for the last episode?
We might have to have a second again.
It was like an accidental, like on Sunday I was there and they were like, "Oh, we have this pumpkin spice beer." And I was like, "Since when?" But that's detracting.
And we didn't even do the pumpkin Bud Seltzer.
Seltzer. That's true. That's true. We skipped that.
We do need to do a second in June of next year.
Yes.
When we do the next pumpkin beer.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like Chicago is kind of spoiled in that sense of we have a lot of really good, well done kind of big beers and very simple beers. So it's kind of nice to So we're not a one trick pony town. Clark, would you agree on that?
I agree.
Great. Anybody have any other thoughts or words on this beer?
You looking for words or anything?
I'm looking for words and thoughts.
Both.
Thoughts and prayers.
words that have thoughts.
Yeah.
Clark, let's do this. Everybody just give a quick one sentence review of this beer, starting with Clark.
Tasty, delicious, thick, chocolatey yumminess.
That's pretty good. Brandon?
I will say chocolate cookie goodness.
Rachel? Good luck.
And I'm like, I don't want to sound the
it's a lot of
same.
pressure.
I think I get cookie. I like it. Low heat. This is becoming a run-on sentence already, but that's fine.
Really
Grammar's never been my forte.
You really need to just kind of hone in on the one sentence.
Yeah, I mean, almost like subtle, even like subtle, like cinnamon, a little.
All right, now put it into one full sentence.
One full sentence. I like this beer because it is a cookie that I like that has some cinnamon and chocolate in it.
Perfect.
Right?
Excellent. Here's mine. This tastes like a barrel-aged Oreo cookie. I love it.
Yeah, I like
I love it. I love it.
it.
Brandon? I love you, man.
We do, Brent.
Clark? Did you call me Brent?
Bruh.
Oh, cool. Clark?
Yes, Brent.
Keep it real. Rachel, thanks for joining us for an After the Final Pour.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us on social media platforms individually. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, on Untapped, BDub Drinks Beer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Asa Phelps Chicago. On Twitter, The Asa Phelps Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all three. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.